hear the sound of time, stories weaving words that climb, whispered tales in a cozy nook. Welcome to the magic of every book. Flip the pages, hear the sound of time, stories weaving words that climb, whispered tales in a cozy nook. Welcome to the magic of every book. Bookshelf Babble, take the stage.
Hello, everyone. You're welcome in our live session, Bookshelf Babble podcast. Our live session, we we speak about book and related topic in HelloTalk application platform. Um, yeah, it's time to start our live sessions. Okay, let's go to HelloTalk application. If you're not familiar with this platform, I just like to briefly recap what is it. It's a platform where people learn English and other languages or with native speakers, and very often with another people who learn the same language. They has a lot of functionality, and one of them is you can create voice room and just talk about any topics what you want. If you're not familiar with this platform, I like to recommend it. It's very nice, just for talk and make some interesting conversation. Here, I'm hosting the voice room that has name "What Book Are You Reading?" And yeah, it's a very simple setup, and you can just press start, and here we go. Our voice room is ready, and we wait when some participant join to us to talk about book. Yeah, it's so very simply. I like it. And yeah, we just wait when someone join. Sometimes it's happen immediately. Sometimes we need to wait some time, small time, because I use unpaid account in my voice room, just some below in list, and it's required sometimes when people find this voice room. Although this application has kind of some followers and subscription. You can just follow me and you get the notification when I start with the voice room. Okay, I just mean that this voice room I'm streaming on Twitch today. I decided to try this this platform because it's just interesting for check how often people can join for this stream and this platform, because when I start YouTube, it sounds very complicated for someone to find this live session. But I will check uh, how many people find this live session in Twitch. Maybe this platform is more suitable for live streaming, and it's more simple to find like to new followers. I will check and compare, because on YouTube you just should be share the link for any places to engage people join and watch session. Yeah, but I will check how it's work here. Okay, yeah, yeah. Sometimes it's needs need time when people join here. And also, I started this live session. I think so very early in the work day. It's maybe many people just on the walk, or if it's about USA, it's night. It's maybe not can find this voice room. If you know about Asia, it's like the middle of the day, and most of the people just use this application in after work time in evening. Yeah, I would just like to wait. Maybe someone uh, join to us. today. Okay, but maybe I just wait. I just tell some words about what I am reading in current moment. I just started to read paperweight of the book Kazuo Ishiguro, When We Were Orphans. Uh, I just read the first chapter and it's it's some interesting. It's some slightly different what I read last time. I read some sci-fi books, and this it's look like more I don't know more classical book and um, his author. Isiguro is like a modern author, but book is written about 30s years and 20th century, and I think he just tried to keep the same style of like to tell the story as the writers in this time. It's not something like modern about this time. It's just like to try to mimic on their style and mimic on like to breathe in of this time. Uh, Isiguro is most of the time living in Britain, and I think it's why she chose this like the time period in this country because it's very familiar. I think uh, he read a lot of like references and uh, information about English literature. Yeah, it's some brief recap about book what I'm reading when we are orphans. Yeah, I think it's interesting. I just continue read this book. Okay, we have one listener here. If you want to join and talk about books, just raise your hand, and I will add you to conversation. Yeah, I just maybe I just mentioned I am streaming this session on Twitch. I posted link below if you want to watch the later video version. You just follow the link, and also I just put a reference of the book what I read in current moment. The book has name "We Were Orphans," Kazuo Ishiguro. Yeah, if you want, we can just continue talk like to in chat style, and you it will be nice if you provide one book what show. Sorry, can you like to share what book I read in current moment, or maybe what book I completed last month? It will be interesting to to know about this. Or even if you want to join and talk, just raise your hand and I will add you to talk here and HelloTalk. Okay, the power of subconscious mind. Okay, I just try to find the name, some information about book. Do you like it? And can you just tell what about this book? Okay, Joseph Murphy. Okay, I find the full name and author of this book. And yeah, the power of subconscious mind has been bestseller since its first publication in 1963, selling many million copies since the original publication. Okay, in other words, this book is some kind of book about self-growth, and uh, I understand why this kind of book is so very popular because people every time want to be a more better. and they looking for the different way how improve itself. Yeah, in this case, in this question, do you feel this book is useful for you, and do you change maybe not whole life, maybe just some aspect of your life after reading or during the reading? How do you feel it? Because if you talk about me, I okay. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, I think it's some kind of universal. Yeah, I think this is some kind of universal idea, and very often I heard about this in many like coaches about like self-development and self-growth. You just thinking, you just dream, and if you talk, if you think, this thing, this thoughts start like to materialize. And so very important just to just get more information and focusing on some aspects. And in reality, in after you get the same, not same result, but you start to move in correct direction. Yeah, I find this some a lot of situation where it's really work when you should be just think about something, and you're very surprised when this is happening after 2 or 3 months sometimes. I think it's not like some kind of what you think it's change the outside world. It's first of all uh, like to change your vision and your thoughts in this direction. And it's most of cases happen without our like to understand this. When we thought we just sorry, it's some complicated explain. Our thought is just like to some it's top of the iceberg, but many another processes happen in under this underwater and under our understanding this, and we cannot like to yeah recognize this, but this process happen, and especially when you sleep, when you do some activity, and our thoughts possible influence on this. In result, we just slightly shift our direction in to our targets. Yeah, I not read this book, but I think the idea is some very popular, and I think it's some very correct idea. Uh, okay, I can, in this case, I can recommend it one book what changed my life. No, not whole life, just partially. Atomic Habits. It's the same book about self growth and self development, but just more focused on habits, because habits it's a very popular. Habits it's very very powerful thing. And if you want to reach some big goals, we need just like to, sometimes we need just schedule some additional habits, some small habits, but what we do every day, and this help to reach our goals. Yeah, this book contain a lot of like to suggestions, contain a lot of like to explanation how habits work, how to manage positive habit, how depress negative habits. But I not just follow this like to instruction. I just find this idea that habits are very powerful, and I try to use it. For example, I try to use it for improve my English skills and conversation skills. I just like to use this application every day for 25 minutes, and But I try to do this regularly, and really after some several months, is I feel the uh, good progress. Yeah, and I recommend it. Just like to read, and maybe you find something useful. And if you don't have some kind of like positive habits established yet, it's a good point to start do this. And also, it's a good point to like to depress your negative uh, habits. Yeah, it's like to shortly about my reading progress when we're orphans and what I read before. But it will be interesting to know what are you reading now, or maybe what I completed, because very often people suggest something interesting books, and I like to add to my reading list. If you don't matter, if you don't mind, please write here on chat or raise your hand. I will add you to conversation. And also, I have another question, but I think that this question is sometimes more complicated and very people struggle to answer this question. But yeah, but I ask, uh, uh, can you suggest one book what show how people live in your country, their habits, their behavior, they like to, I don't know, some routines, uh, maybe in current moment or in past, it's not so matter. Yeah, can you suggest one book about your country and people in your country? I like it because I like to know something new about like new countries. Sometimes I like to I like about some not typical or maybe some exotic countries. But yeah, I know it's like to Russia. It's not so very far from Belarus, and I know a lot about like the context. But it will be nice if you suggest like to one book. Uh, what shall life in your country? Or just maybe action happening in your country and what was interesting for you. Okay, okay. If you have any questions, you can just write, and it will be uh, good, like to sources for me to talk about something. Just write in chat if you want. Okay, and this we wait when someone join. Okay. But when we wait, I can just tell some words about uh, my last catches. I can call it like this. I like to visit second hands, and very often second hand has bookshelves where you can find like to. Uh, I'm not sure it's some good expression second hand books. Uh, but okay, I will use its book second-hand books, and I very often I like to go through the shelves and just buy the books what attract my attention, because very often these books is very different. It mixes of all genre, all like to publishers and from like to the like to detective to books about cooking. And I want to share like to last one of the last my catches here, and you can watch in Twitch if you want. First book it's Stephen Hawking, A Brief History of Time. and from the Big Bang to the black holes. And this book is some non-fiction book about very complicated physical topics. What is It's very debatable question now, the origin of universe and how it's developed and all another aspects. But Hawkins is try to write more like these complicated topics more simple words. Uh, yeah, it was published it's around like 40 years ago in 88, and from the publishing time, it was like a bestseller. It's occupies the first position in Sunday Time uh, reading list around like 300 weeks. Yeah, it's all very popular. And some interesting facts. The publisher told for Hawkins not to use a lot of like formula, physics formula and equation because it's like uh, people will avoid this book if you a lot of equation uh, on the book page. And in this book contain only just like to one equation. I think you know this equation is like to e uh, emc e equal mc square. Yeah, it's like to Einstein equation. And and also one additional interesting facts about this book. This is uh, one of the book what readers uncompleted. In other words, they started read but almost never complete and read this book to the end. Yeah, yeah. It's I think it's a very interesting and simple languages. It's a good point for it. I think about find time for read this book. But if you read, it will be nice if you just share your opinion about this book. Yeah, and also one additional my personal opinion. The brief history of time. It's some very reasonable for another popular book in current time. What I am reading in current moment too, A Brief History of Humankind. Yeah, I think author was inspired by this name and popularity of this book. Okay, it's like to one of my first catches. I'm planning to record more, I think, more detailed um, description and opinion about this book in some separate podcasts. But I just in practice show this information here on during the live stream because no one joined to our session and we just wait. Yeah. Yeah, we just wait maybe someone to end of our session and join to us. And also, if you watch on Twitch, if you watch this video later in on YouTube, don't forget like to press like, subscribe to the channels to not avoid next sessions. And also, it's very important if you provide some kind of feedback. You just write some words, some comments. Do you like it? Do you read the book? What we mentioned here? And your opinion about some book what I mentioned. It will be nice because feedback is so very important, not just for me as like to host, but for another people who watches the stream. Yeah, it's just some small request for your help to improve and make this live session more interesting. Okay. Okay, we can still waiting when someone join. Okay, in this case, I maybe okay. I just like to show the next book, what I bought, and the study of language by George Yule. It's also non-fiction book where author try to explain. So I think it's a very hard topic because language is some very crucial point for humankind because language is it's make and drive our in position where we are now. And yeah, and language is a very important aspect for evolution. And this book is just some kind of extraction. It's some modest state of knowledge about language, which author try to simple words explain some very, I think, complex topics too, because language is some, it's something uh, more fluent than like a physical law. And if you want to learn, you should be more flexible than in physics because physics very often use experiment as a tool, but language it's more about investigation, study a lot of information, and based on this information makes it some kind of decision and theories. And and this and this book contain information about origin of language, some key aspect, just how language influences the people. Yeah, I think so very interesting. And this book was published, I think it's more than 50 years ago, but I think it's not very actual now, and still actual now, and republished it many times. And this book has many editions. Yeah, it's some another my catches in last visit of second hand. Okay, we just wait when someone joined to us, and I take the last chance. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, on Twitch, if you want to join and participate to my kind of live session and conversation and talk about like your opinion or your favorite books, just install HelloTalk application, simple registration, and find the voice room that has name What Book I Read, and just find the me and follow, and you get the notification when I start voice room. You can join and just talk about books. And also I have Discord channel. I think it's a good place for talk and plan conversation more like on a regular basis because you can schedule some kind of conversation. It's more, I think it's uh, more simple tool for make conversation regularly. Yeah, it's a good point if you join to Discord and we continue talking Discord. Okay, someone joins, someone leaves this voice room, and but it's not so good. Yeah, if you want to talk, just find me and reach in the message on here HelloTalk, and we can just make like a personal live session, and we talk like to interview it. I think this will be interesting format for me. Uh, okay, I think it's all. I complete. Uh, no one joined to our live session today. It was like to monologue. I have one additional book what I bought, but I may be present next time. Uh, yeah, just just put like, write the comment, and see you next time in Hello Talk live session on Twitch or on YouTube. Goodbye.